Yes. Yeah. So let's start fresh. Remember the last road trip with the kids and how healthy you ate? I know, right? You don't, because you didn't. And I promise there's no judgment here. In fact, today I'm going to give you ways that we eat healthy, that we found to eat healthy on the road, that will also help you prep as for your next road trip with or without the kids so that you can feel good about it and not come back home regretting the decisions that you made. So, if you're watching after the live is over, thanks for watching. Make sure you leave comments. I'll be back to answer your questions, respond to your comments. Give me a love. It's going to help us engage here as a community. Those of you who are on Instagram, welcome. I will be honest, you are in the cheap seats. You're going to want to come over and join us over on Facebook at 3 Life Essentials so that you can grab all the stuff that I'm sharing today and not just be on the sidelines. Yes, so that's what we're going to be talking about today. Yes, in fact, we're going to be free from bad food today, free from fast food, free from indigestion, free to find great food, free to be healthy, free to eat right. So, if you want access to all of my notes today and all the resources that I'm going to be sharing with you, just drop the word road trip, all one word, drop the word road trip below, and I will share with you all my written notes. And you can get on the wait list for our brand new ebook that's about to launch called 5 Things We Never Leave Home Without. You're not going to want to be without this resource. So I can't wait to share it with you. Yes, yes, yes. Now, don't keep this info to yourself. I know that you have friends that are itching to take a next road trip, are just launching in their RV, or are thinking about that. So hit those buttons and let me know, and go ahead and take a moment to tell your friends about this. My name is Amy Miller. I'm a wellness advocate and I'm a business coach, and I help fellow SLPs and fellow therapists in private practice make a bigger impact in the lives of their patients, set their business apart from the others, and provide patients with solutions that address issues rather than just put band-aids on problems. And we do this using our signature Spark method via our growth mindset coaching. But we also share travel tips with you on the road and help you experience that dream as well, through our Explore the Unseen sister website that Jim and I do together. So we love to learn out loud here on Free Friday. And when we learn out loud on the broadcast, we share the hashtag Free Friday and explain whatever aha moment is, that nugget that you want to hold on to. So when you have that, just share the hashtag Free Friday, share whatever is freeing your mind, something valuable you want to hold on to, because we love celebrating and learning along with you and celebrating learning. Now, look, I know as a busy working mom, you don't have tons of hours to prep or make everyone in the family happy, but do you have to choose to feed your family garbage, or is there a way to cut through the hours of planning and preparation to make meal times simple, delicious, and dare I say healthy? Yeah. So, are you ready to up level your next travel adventure in the nutrition department? If you're ready, give me like a thumbs up emoji. Awesome. Yes, yes. Okay, so let's dive in here. So there's 4 things we're going to talk about today. I want to help you learn our good, better, best rating system. We're going to talk about prep is key. We're going to talk about what about eating out and a budget. Okay, so when it comes to eating healthy, What is your biggest challenge? Tell me below when you are, and the principles that I'm going to be sharing with you today are going to apply really even if you're not traveling. So these are great even if you don't have a road trip on the horizon, or even if you're not full-time traveling like we are. These are going to apply either way, but these apply even more so even when I want to talk about this when it relates to traveling, because many times all those principles we have go out the window when we start traveling, right? Can I get an amen to that? They kind of just go out the window, and then when we come back home, we're regretting it. So when it comes to eating healthy, what is one of your biggest challenges? And as we talk about eating healthy, it's always good to get an idea about what we're talking about. Because I remember growing up, and my idea of healthy was low-fat foods or fat-free foods or things like margarine. And as we've moved along, we've started to realize that low fat wasn't necessarily healthier. It was just, well, it had less fat in it, and plus a bunch of chemicals that no one can pronounce. And today, as we approach the idea of eating healthy, I want us to be on the same page. So, as Jim's friend used to say, it's time to have a DTR, define the relationship. Okay. So, yes. So, we're going to talk about this rating system. Now, when we talk about foods, there are certain things that are a no-go. Okay. Any foods that have dyes in them, or genetically modified foods, or foods that have a lot of added sugar or a lot of chemicals and words that cannot be pronounced. Many restaurants honestly also fall into this group as well. And these are the kinds of things that we try to avoid. Now, I say try because there are certain times in your life when you're in social situations, or there are just certain times that you can't help but fudge a little bit. And actually, fudge is a good word for that, right? But the vast majority of the time, we're going to eat food that is either good, better, best. Okay. So good food in our personal rating scale starts off as organic and non-GMO. For our family, we work to eat foods that are gluten-free as well, because we've got some intolerances to gluten. And we've actually learned how to heal some of those places in our gut, and have actually been able to consume gluten in like homemade sourdough bread and things, but that's a whole nother discussion for another day. But while we're on the subject, I'm going to guess that you've got people in your family with some food sensitivities and things like that too. Maybe you don't even know it. And so this kind of food we label as good. Okay. Now, better. What is better? Better food comes from local farmers and vendors. This is the kind of stuff that you'll find at a local farmer's market. You don't have to have a farmer's market in your area. But if you don't, maybe you just need to move. I'm just kidding. No, maybe you really need to move. Farmers markets are great for two reasons. One, the food is top notch, usually organic, most of the times fresh. And a good farmers market and good farmers is the second reason is that it means that you're supporting a small business owner. You're shaking the hand. Those of you who are friends with me on Facebook, I just finished sharing about our raw chocolate, and meeting the farmer who is passionate about cacao and passionate about the health benefits of it. And hello, it's fabulous tasting to boot. So you can shake the hand of the person who is growing that food as well. Now, the best food in our good, better, best rating system, you might have noticed, is the food that we make ourselves. Our kombucha, our herbs, our sourdough, our eggs, our veggies, our food. Now, because of our station in life, this is a harder thing to accomplish right now. But our goal ultimately is to have a garden, some chickens, a way to feed ourselves. This is the best option, because you know what you're putting on it and in it. And so that's our good, better, best rating system. You may have noticed that we leave out words like diet or even healthy. When we talk about food, it's important to recognize that everything you put in your mouth is either feeding health or feeding sickness. But we also recognize the need for balance. So, what do you think? What do you think about our good, better, best rating system? Let me know if you think this is something that you might want to adopt in your home. And if it is something like that, then wouldn't you want to take it with you when you travel? Yes? Okay, so let's talk about preparation. Yeah, we're going to talk a little bit about prep. Prep is key when it comes to traveling and really in eating healthy in general, but really when traveling too. And to be honest, if you don't spend the time prepping, you are going to find yourselves in situations where you're compromising. And that's when you find yourself regretting it later. So, this part of our conversation reminds me of the old saying, like, failure to plan is planning to fail. In the Miller home, we take meal planning very seriously because it has had a big impact on not only our food choices, but also a big impact on our budget. And planning meals means that you're less inclined to eat out. It also means that you're going to do a better job saving money at the grocery store. So, we use something called Plan to Eat. It's one of our favorite tools. If you want access to 30 days free of that, including access to some of our favorite recipes, just drop the word road trip, and you're going to get all that information from our written guide. But we use something called Plan to Eat. It helps us with planning out our meals, also with our shopping. It's a friendly program that you can use on your computer, on your tablet. It syncs with all your devices, your phone, and it allows you to schedule meals out, shop for the ingredients, and then helps you with the recipe when it's time to cook. And you're able to share recipes with friends. I love that. So, but planning is also thinking through the details of your travel time too. So if you are shopping for snacks at a grocery store or in the airport, you're far more likely to lower your standards. So plan out your snacks before you leave. Some of our favorite resources for some of those are Costco. Thrive Market has some great inexpensive snacks that are easy to carry with you. If you'd like some discounts, again, drop that word road trip and you'll be able to get all of this in the written guide from me when that comes out next week. But you can even, and I'll say a note about that too. If you know that where you're going, you're going to be finding, well, actually, when you're traveling with kids, you can be sure that you're going to find yourself in a situation where there's a party happening or there's an activity or an event happening where candy may be offered or sweet treats or a celebratory type of food that you know may compromise your good, better, best rating system. So why not prepare and bring something as an alternative that you know your kids are going to love anyway? One of the things we like to bring with us is Thrive Market. The brand Unreal has some great candies that are free from dyes. It has ingredients you can pronounce. And so we'll sometimes get M&M alternatives through the Unreal brand. And we're able to snack or celebrate with like a splurging treat like on M&Ms or chocolate without compromising where we are with things. Yes. I love that. So what about even pre-making your snacks? Making some homemade gummies. You guys know that's one of my most asked for recipe on our blog. And so I'll make sure you get that. Or even pre-cutting up produce, if it's a shorter road trip, can go a long way from keeping you from compromising or regretting later. Now, let's not forget one of the other foundations of your health, your supplements. Now, Jim and I have a couple of handy ways to keep track of supplements on the road. Now, This is our handy dandy. This is my grandma pill case. This is my favorite. I've tried lots of different pill cases. This is by far my favorite because these are magnetic. And so I can take one day's worth morning and evening. I can take one day's worth with me if you are out going out to work, going out for a hike on a travel day. Lots of different ways that you can just bring one with you if you know you're going to be out. But if you're traveling, we even have a handy dandy Ziploc case that this goes in if you're going on an airport or if you're going on a short road trip. That way you are not compromising and you still have, you're not dealing with those travel digestion issues because you're continuing, or you're not zapped on your energy because you're continuing your routine that your body is thriving on when you're at home. So, yes, so it's really easy to take our granny pill case with us, and we even have a way that we can just carry like a weekend trip with us in a little travel case that zips up. So if you want a link to find that, they even have different colors available so that if you want to change up and designate one for a spouse, maybe a husband or wife, then you can do that, or between different kids. So I'll make sure you get that, dropping the word road trip, and I'll make sure you get all that. Yes. So what is your favorite portable snack? Tell me below. We'd love to get new ideas that you love that's a healthy portable snack. Now, now you've seen our good, better, best rating system, and we've talked about planning out meals, but most people don't want to cook every meal, especially when you're traveling, right? So, so what about eating out? What about that factor? This is where we also have a tendency to compromise too. And so that for the times that you're eating out, a little planning goes a long way. So when we're going to a new town, I like to spend some time researching healthy places to eat. So this may be on the towing road trip itself. This may be long before we ever even go there. Or maybe it's like on the plane, we're looking. Now, it would be nice to just type in the word healthy food and get a list of restaurants that use clean ingredients and even some organic options, but that's not always the case. Now you can do that. What I like to do is sometimes go onto the Maps app, or my favorite search engine, and type in healthy eating near me. Now, sometimes that's still pulling up things like Whataburger, McDonald's, Subway. To be honest, guys, those aren't in our good, better, best rating system. Those are a no-go because those aren't even clean ingredients. So, so what we like to do is sometimes type in something like, even though we aren't usually vegan, we will type in something like vegan because it will pull up healthier options, or we'll type in something like grass-fed beef near me. And when it's crunch time, the kids are whining about getting some food. It's easy to settle for less than the best. So, but if you've done the research before, you can make food decisions based on a short list that you came up with before the trip. Now, in any case, when you're eating out, remember the good, better, best rating system and try to apply those to the places where you're eating out. Now, I'm going to share with you some of our favorite chains because they're over a large part of the country. Places like Jason's Deli, they have simple ingredients, gluten-free, healthy options. Chipotle, also simple ingredients. They focus on non-GMO, natural, organic ingredients. Burger 5, if you want a good burger, you can get a green style burger wrapped in lettuce. Elevation Burger, those are mostly on the East Coast, and actually in other parts of the world. True grass-fed burgers and fries that are cooked in olive oil that taste amazing. Amazing. I will say it's been years since I've had fries from McDonald's, but as I recall, these fries were blew McDonald's out of the water. Maybe places like Mod Pizza, where you can get gluten-free crusts and dairy-free cheese options. I don't know about clean ingredients so much, but they do have some options like that. Zoe's Kitchen. We love Zoe's Kitchen for Mediterranean foods and Whole30 approved menus. A lot of clean ingredients there. If you want to do something, sit down, True Foods Kitchen. They have organic, gluten-free, vegetarian, vegan options. Even Whole Foods Kitchen. And if you're in Utah, we love Blue Lemon and Core Life Eatery. And when you're in Arizona, you'll be in heaven because there's tons of choices there. Pita Jungle, Picazzo's, Diablo Burger, Berry Divine acai bowls are just a few of our favorites. But finally, let's talk about budget, okay? Because to be honest with you, if you are going to be sticking healthy, it is going to take a larger part of your budget because cheap food is cheap. So if you haven't really made the decisions about good, better, and best for your family, you're going to need to start with that. What are you willing to skimp on? What are some of the non-negotiables? And from there, you can begin to look more closely at your budget and see areas that you can splurge as well as areas that you can save $1 here and there. But ultimately, you're going to need to find ways to not only buy groceries you need for the recipes you plan on cooking, and but that's what you're going to need to do. And that's the best budgeting advice I can give you. So what about you? What are your tricks to help you save money when you're wanting to eat healthy while traveling? Now, if you're like me, you may be sitting here thinking, this all sounds good, but you aren't quite sure where to begin. So if you want a bit more support when it comes to planning your next trip, find us on our sister site, exploretheunseen.com. Actually, I'll put it here below for you so you can see it. There we go. Exploretheunseen.com. And you can schedule a quick chat with us and we'll help you find the next best steps for you and your family and make that road trip, that travel adventure, the best to come. So, speedy recap. I want you to learn our good, better, best rating system. Prep is key. And then think about eating out and then your budget. Yes. Thank you guys so much for joining me today. I love having you on. You are worth the investment. And I can't wait to see you guys next week. And we'll see you next time. Bye.